Hi guys, my name is Marie, and today we're going to talk about Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis. So let's begin. Freud was an Austrian neurologist and researcher. His theories mainly consisted of studying human behavior, and he used those theories to treat mental illnesses. It all started with his first patient, Bertha Peppenham. She was patient 0. She suffered from hysteria, and the more he talked to her, he discovered that she hated drinking water. The reason why is because a dog she very much hated and was afraid of started drinking water out of her glass one day, which somehow scarred her. And that's how he developed his very first theory. We are what the relationship with our families make us, or our experiences. Moving on from that point, he started to make her talk about her problems more, and he realized that the more she talked about her hidden problems and her traumas, the more controlled her hysteria would be, the better she would feel. And that is how he first started to treat her mental illnesses. Freud also believed that there was more than just one layer to the brain, which to most people is the conscious mind. He also believed there was an unconscious mind and the psych mind. And the psych layer would be your superego, your ego, and your id, which would be how society wants you to be, what you want to do, and what you do. In case you don't know what time frame he grew up in, he was born in 1856, May 6th, alright? And he grew up where, the telephone was invented 19 years after his birth. And the Holocaust was fucking 83 years after. So he's old as shit. So I decided to have a little fun and calculate how old Freud would be if he was still alive to this day. 160. He would be 160 years old. So as you can see, Freud's not quite the newest addition out there. Many of Freud's followers believed he got interested into psychoanalysis due to the way he grew up. So I drew you a little family tree. Here it is. So this is his family. This is Freud's dad. This is his first wife. Together, they had 2 sons. She ended up dying, which was really sad and tragic. He grieved and then he remarried, and this is his second wife. Together, they got his firstborn, Freud. Yay! And then they got a second child, but as you can see, that boy died 8 months after his birth. And then they got more kids, which they end up getting 4 girls and then 1 more boy. But the whole thing is, it was odd at the time being because remarriage wasn't very much lived, and stepmothers and stepbrothers and stepsisters, it wasn't seen, so it was really odd. There's also the part where all the girls got caught in concentration camps during the Holocaust, even though Freud managed to get away, but his books, on the other hand, all got burned. Freud grew up in a small town called Moravian hamlet of Frankburg, somewhere in Europe. It's now called Prybor, Czech Republic. After living in the Republic for 3 years, he moved to another small town called Leipzig for just 1 year, and then he moved to Vienna, the place where he would settle and live for the rest of his life, until he died at the age of 83 in London. After high school, Freud decided to go to college to study medicine. That's where he did all his drug testing, with cocaine specifically. He took a liking to it, and after a while, he started doing cocaine on a daily basis. Yes, Freud was a cocaine addict, but not only that, he enjoyed cigars very much, which ended up giving him cancer, and he later on died because of that. 1909. So that was Freud's very lucky year. That's when he did his very first international presentation of his theories. And that's when he started to become famous and popular, and people started knowing who he was. He was 53 years old and just started his brand new fame career. So yeah, that was a quick summary of Freud's life from when he was a nobody to when he became a somebody. And just as a fun fact, I'm gonna throw it out there, at the age of 41, Freud decided to make a chastity vow. I don't know why, that's just who he was. Quit your drugs. After high school, Freud decided to go to college for medicine. Many of Freud believed. So that basically.